In the 6th century, the city of Badami was the beating heart of an empire in southern India. Its architects were masters of monumental engineering, carving intricate, towering temples directly into the region's massive sandstone cliffs. But right at the edge of the Agastya Teertha lake, sitting at the base of a giant boulder, there is a tiny, awkward cavity cut into the rock. It's barely 1.2 meters high. Because of its diminutive size and lack of elaborate carvings, historians and academics have historically written this off as an unfinished mistake. They literally dubbed it the empty cave. This presents a strange contradiction. The Chalukyan architects who built this city were precise engineers capable of managing vast resources. They didn't typically carve random holes into stone without a clear, deliberate purpose. Stepping inside the excavation changes the perspective. Looking closely at the rear wall, traces of ancient paint remain visible against the sandstone. Specifically, it's a faded ochre circle. In Hindu iconography, this represents Surya, the sun god, suggesting a connection to solar worship. This physical marking aligns perfectly with a long-held local legend. Locals have claimed for generations that on certain days, the rising sun's rays strike the deepest part of this specific cave. If that oral tradition holds up to scrutiny, this tiny excavation isn't a mistake at all. It could be an intentional, highly precise piece of ancient technology waiting to be tested. To figure out if the legend is true, researchers applied Archaeoastronomy, the study of how ancient structures align with celestial bodies, to test the site's exact orientation. The site's geometry is specific. The cave faces east at a 94-degree azimuth, exactly 130 meters from an obscuring sandstone cliff. Feeding these measurements into simulation software, researchers mapped the sun's exact rising trajectory on the equinoxes. These architectural simulations show the calculated light entering the excavation, proving it acts as a perfectly calibrated solar trap. When researchers compared these digital predictions to actual photographs of the site, the shadow patterns on the cave floor matched exactly. On the equinox at exactly 8:20 a.m., the sun clears the distant cliff. Its rays pierce the opening, painting the cave's back wall with light. Because the eastern face of this massive boulder curves outward, this specific spot is the only location where an excavation could successfully catch that sunrise. The empty cave is a deliberate, mathematically calculated feat of engineering. Knowing how the Chalukyan builders engineered this alignment leads directly to the question of why they went through the trouble to construct it. The answer points back to a king from local mythology, known as Koshtaraya. According to the stories, he suffered from a severe skin disease. In Hindu tradition, Surya, the sun god, is associated with healing ailments like leprosy. Just 45 meters away, an unfinished relief carving on another rock clearly depicts the sun god riding his chariot through the sky. This carving indicates artisans were already building a physical tribute to Surya's healing powers in this exact area before cutting the cave. Inside a nearby hidden grotto sits a large detailed carving of a seated figure. Local tradition maintains this is a portrait of the diseased king. The proximity of these symbols suggests a cohesive motive, a king in distress using master engineering to secure his survival. Because the early Chalukyas were the first in this region to master stone construction, this precise alignment represents a pioneering technological moment, likely the earliest sun-facing stone shrine in India. It stands as a physical record of a diseased king's vulnerable plea for survival, capturing light from the heavens to heal his body. It also serves as a reminder for modern research. Oral histories and local folklore that are easily dismissed often contain hard, measurable scientific facts. The excavation, once dismissed as a simple oversight, stands as a precise instrument of light, driven by human vulnerability and a universal hope for healing.